The Galactic Council's war room fell silent when Katniss walked in. She was human, one of the few allowed in the inner sanctum of the Alliance's military command. Her boots echoed against the crystalline floor as she made her way to the holographic table where the other commanders waited. Commander Zixtal, a Vraxian with 4 arms and scales that shimmered like oil, looked up from the tactical display. His mandibles clicked in what Katniss had learned was disdain. "Ah, the human," he said, his translator rendering his speech in flat, emotionless tones. "I see the Council continues to humor your species' delusions of martial prowess." Katniss said nothing. She'd heard worse in the 3 cycles since humanity had joined the Galactic Alliance. The other species saw humans as soft, weak, evolved, from a peaceful world with low gravity and abundant resources. They couldn't have been more wrong, but she'd learned that words rarely changed minds in the Alliance. Only evidence did. "The reconnaissance data shows 17 Krell hive ships approaching the Tertius Belt," General Vorak announced, her 6 eyes scanning the assembled commanders. "We need a strike team to infiltrate their flagship and extract intelligence on their queen's location." "I volunteer," Katniss said immediately. Zixtal's laugh was like stones grinding together. "You? A single human?" He gestured at the holographic Krell vessels, massive biomechanical nightmares bristling with weapons. The Krell are apex predators. Each drone stands 3 meters tall with exoskeletons that can withstand plasma fire. Their ships are mazes of organic corridors filled with warriors bred for nothing but killing. "I'm aware," Katniss replied calmly. "Are you?" Zixtal leaned forward, all 4 arms planted on the table. "I have personally led campaigns against the Krell for 20 cycles. My kill count stands at 47 confirmed. It is the highest in the Alliance." His chest swelled with pride. "How many Krell have you killed, human?" Katniss met his gaze steadily. 2,346. The room erupted. Several commanders hissed or clicked in disbelief. One of the floating ethereals actually broke its meditation to pulse with shocked bioluminescence. "Impossible," Zixtal roared. "You lie. Humans have only been in this war for 3 cycles. Even if you killed one every day, the mathematics—" Katniss reached into her jacket and pulled out a small thumb drive, a curious human data storage device that most species found charmingly primitive. She placed it on the table and slid it toward Zixtal. "Start with folder 1, she said quietly. The Vraxian stared at the drive as if it were a live explosive. General Vorak, ever practical, picked it up and inserted it into the holographic system. The air above the table shimmered and a file directory appeared. Folders numbered 1 through 23. Vorak opened the first folder. Video files, hundreds of them. She selected one at random. The hologram shifted to show helmet camera footage, Katniss's perspective as she moved through the cramped corridors of a Krell hive ship. The timestamp showed it was from 2 cycles ago during the Battle of Meridian Station. In the video, Katniss moved with fluid precision, a weapon in each hand, human firearms that spat chemical-propelled projectiles, primitive but devastatingly effective in skilled hands. A Krell drone rounded the corner, mandibles spread wide, acid dripping from its maw. Katniss didn't hesitate. 3 shots, head, thorax, neural cluster. The creature collapsed. She kept moving. Another drone, then 2 more. Her movements were economical, almost beautiful in their efficiency. She reloaded without looking, rolled under a spray of acid, came up firing. 4 more down. The commanders watched in stunned silence as the human carved through the Krell like a force of nature. When she reached a junction, she threw something small, a grenade the database identified. The explosion tore through a cluster of 6 drones. The video ended. Katniss's confirmed kills from that single sortie. 37. "That's just one file," Katniss said. "There are 412 in folder 1 alone. Folder 2 covers the siege of Kappa Base. Folder 3 is the derelict station incident. Would you like me to continue?" Zixtal's scales had paled to a sickly gray. "How?" he whispered. "How is this possible?" Katniss allowed herself a small smile. Commander, you and the other species evolved on worlds where you were the apex predators. You dominated your food chains from the beginning. But Earth? She shook her head. Earth tried to kill us every single day. We were prey animals who became predators through sheer stubbornness. We learned to hunt creatures faster, stronger, and more lethal than us. We learned to track, to plan, to never give up. She gestured at the frozen image of a Krell drone. These things are terrifying, yes. But my ancestors hunted animals that made these look tame. We hunted in packs. We used our minds. We made tools and weapons. We turned our weakness into strength. But the stamina required, another commander interjected, the continuous combat. Humans are endurance hunters, Katniss explained. We can keep going long after our prey collapses from exhaustion. A Krell drone can sprint faster than me, hit harder, take more damage. But I can fight for hours without stopping. I can track them through their own ships. I can think 3 steps ahead while they rely on instinct. She picked up the thumb drive. Every kill in these files is documented, time-stamped, and verified by Alliance sensors. I don't show these to brag, Commander Zixtal. I show them because when I volunteer for a mission, you need to know that I'll complete it. General Vorak's eyes gleamed with newfound respect. The infiltration mission is yours, Katniss. Choose your team. I work alone, Katniss replied. It's faster that way. As she turned to leave, Zixtal called out, Human, your species, you truly evolved as prey animals? Katniss paused at the doorway and looked back. We did, but we decided we didn't like it. Her smile was predatory now. So we became something else. We became the thing that prey animals have nightmares about. We became hunters. She left the war room in silence, the thumb drive tucked back in her jacket. Behind her, the commanders stared at the frozen hologram of her helmet cam footage, watching a human do what they'd thought impossible. In the vastness of space, the Krell hive ships continued their approach, unaware that their worst nightmare was already preparing to board them. Humanity had arrived at the galactic stage, and the galaxy was starting to understand what that meant.